All right, we are live.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, we did it. We're here. We're
Strap
alive.
in.
Yep, it's gonna be a big show every
This one's gonna
week.
be a bumpy one.
Yeah, it's always a big show,
Put
but this week is the biggest show.
your hands in the air. Scream if you want to go faster.
I'm good with the speed, so I'm just gonna stay
You
silent.
good with the speed?
Yeah, this is pretty good.
All right. What's new with you, Paul?
I'm trying to think if there's really anything. I don't think there's anything. No, I mean we'll talk about games, obviously, but
Yeah, not yet.
So I never finished the last season of Invincible last year, so I'm finishing that off so I can start this one that started up a couple weeks ago here.
Yeah, I'm like 3 episodes in.
Yeah, so that's exciting. It's pretty fun to get back into that. And then The Boys is also going to be a thing soon. So, and then The Pit is almost done, which means I get to start it and probably watch it in a weekend. That's exciting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff going
The
on.
last episode, not including today's, but last week's episode of The Pit was crazy.
Okay,
Like,
that's exciting.
Just like,
is that like the one that does the thing like the last season where it's like, oh, this is the big one or whatever?
no, that happened like a while ago.
Okay.
And then it like kind of happened. There was kind of 2 almost.
Okay.
But
Sure.
no, just the last one, like just like a lot of shit went down, and it was like, this is just like rough to watch. Holy smokes!
Sure. Yeah. All right.
But there's a lot to watch right now. There's a lot coming out to watch.
Yes.
I'm still like I'm doing Invincible. I'm doing the stuff I talked about, but things that I haven't even started yet that I want to. Daredevil's back, so I want to jump in on that.
Yep.
And I still haven't watched season 2 of the live action One Piece yet, and I want to do that as well.
Oh yeah, we burned
And
through
then-
that. We loved that One Piece. So
And then, like you said, The Boys is soon. Jury Duty season 2 is also soon, which I'm excited. So I want to watch that shortly. There's just a lot of good TV on right now.
yeah, a lot of good stuff.
I will say as well, while we're talking about things we watched, I did see Project Hail Mary, and that movie's fantastic.
Okay, awesome. I've heard really good things about that story, and people say that book is incredible, and I've been looking for a book, so I might read that one and then watch it later this year. Yeah.
Okay.
People say good things about that book, so I kind of want to read it. I've been looking for
I didn't read it, but I was just excited to watch it because it's Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yeah.
And they make some of my like all-timer movies. So very excited for that.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Okay, but then let's talk about some games. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, Claire's not here this week. Claire's under the weather, so hopefully she'll be back next week. But with that said, Top Down Perspective, March 26th. I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck.
Paul, why don't you kick us off with a game that you've been playing?
Yeah. So on a whim, I started up Minishoot Adventures, and that game is very good. That's a very good game.
I was raving about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah. It is on Game Pass. So I installed it and I was like, you know what? Let's do this tonight. Lost about 3 hours to it immediately. It just kept having that like hook of, okay, I got a thing. Let's do one more like dungeon or one more area. Let's go look. And that lasted for 3 hours. And then I was like, it is 2 a.m. I'm going to bed because I have work.
I did that whole game in like 2 sittings.
Yeah.
Just blew through it. That game is awesome.
I think I'm about halfway done because there is like a big like boss door type thing that like you do these dungeons to like put in these like emblems or something into like what I'm guessing is a final area. And I've done 2 on my way to the third of 4.
Right.
So I'm assuming I'm roughly halfway done. I don't know if I'm going to go full completion because it seems like there's a lot of secrets hidden there, but we'll see. There's an item that kind of seems to tell you where shit is eventually.
Yeah. No, I actually was able to collect everything pretty easily. You get a bunch of items that are like, here's this thing will tell you where all these are. This will tell you where all like the doors you haven't found are. Like they make it very easy to just get everything, which is really nice. I didn't do the true ending, which is like, do you want to just do like challenge rooms over and over and over again?
Sure.
And then like do that 7 times in a row. And I was like, no, I don't. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it. That being said, I have not gone back to it yet because of the other games I've been playing, just kind of taking up my time, which we'll get to in a second. But I definitely think if you're looking for like an old school top-down Legend of Zelda type thing or whatever, you should probably buy or play that on Game Pass if you have it. That game is very, very well done, super fun. And some of those bosses are a little tricky. Like that bullet hell becomes hellish in some spots, which is kind of dope too. Because I was a little worried.
Keep in mind though, it is a like dual joystick shooter.
Yes.
So it is the Zelda formula.
Yeah.
But you have to enjoy dual joystick shooters.
Yes, very much so. It's cool. That is a cool game. It looks really good. I think like if I'm being nitpicky, I kind of wish more of the music was great. Because there's only a few tracks that I'm like, oh, this is really, really good. And the rest is just kind of like background noise, which is fine. But
okay. All right.
That's like if you were twisting my arms, like you have to say one thing that you don't love about this game.
You don't have to. No one's forcing you to, actually.
Everybody they just want to hear the bad stuff. Have you not seen Twitter or X or whatever?
No, like, I don't go on X anymore. No, I don't.
Yeah, that's fair. They pay you to be rude on that site.
That's one of the reasons I don't go on it.
Same, actually. Yeah, same.
All right, Minishoot Adventures. Yeah, like you said, it's on Game Pass. It's on most stuff, but Game Pass is an easy way to get it for sure.
Yeah, that's how I've been playing it.
I'm going to jump in with a game, and I should have talked about this a while ago.
Okay.
But I had just completely forgotten because we had last week's episode, and then the week before that we missed an episode.
Yeah.
But that week was GDC, so I went to GDC and I got to play a bunch of upcoming games and stuff like that, and then it just completely slipped my mind because like 2 Thursdays went by. And a lot of stuff was going on with me, and I completely forgot. So I'm going to talk about my GDC stuff because I haven't really been playing too much new stuff this week. It's still just a lot of like Marathon. It's a lot of Pokopia. Bonnie Bear. But let's talk about some games that are not going to be out for a little bit that I played at GDC. All of these were actually at the Double Fine's Day of the Devs event, and a bunch of them were at Xbox's event. So I'm going to start off with At Fate's End, which is the new game from Thunder Lotus, who did Spiritfarer.
Yes. Okay.
This is more of like a side-scrolling. I didn't get to see too much of the gameplay outside of like kind of an intro beginning where there's a lot of talking and then like a boss fight. So I'm not really sure if what happens like after the fight section, whether it's, I don't know if it's a Metroidvania or if it's like a side-scrolling platformer. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like a lot of the focus is on these battles.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, very, very hand-drawn, tons of animation, very fluid, looks gorgeous. If you played Spiritfarer, you'll know it's going to look gorgeous. It has the same kind of style there. Yep. But their whole combat system is based on like tarot cards. So you'll like draw a tarot card, and then tarot cards are double-sided, so you have 2 options to pick from. What ability do you want? And it can be like, do you want a double jump, or do you want to be able to like put up a shield and stuff like that? So you're kind of building out your character as such, and you get to draw more and more tarot cards. And then it's like a side-scrolling kind of, I wouldn't say like platform fighter. There is a lot of like verticality. You can jump and double jump and stuff like that. But it is you with swords fighting, and they have special like screen attacks and stuff like that. Really cool. Really looking forward to what they're going to do more with it. Like I said, I only really did like some conversation stuff and then went into a fight. But I'm eager of what I have seen, and it looks gorgeous.
Yeah. I really love Thunder Lotus's looks for their games. Actually, I don't think I've played one of their games that I like hated necessarily. I think Sundered was the only one I had some meh feelings about, and that's mainly because the horde mechanic got annoying eventually in that game.
I don't think I played Sundered. I've only played Spiritfarers and 33 Immortals.
Oh, okay. You should check out Sundered and Jotun. They're fun.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Jotun. I don't think I knew much about Sundered at all.
So Sundered is just a Metroidvania, but the horde mode thing, if I remember correctly, it had kind of like randomization where there would just be a bunch of enemies that would attack you every now and then while you're going through it, and that's just kind of shitty, like annoying in some spots. But other than that, it's like a pretty competent, beautiful looking Metroidvania. Cool game.
This is totally off topic, but it just popped into my head. What was the game from a couple years back that was a Zelda like you were a crow? It
Yeah.
was awesome. What was that
Yeah.
game?
What was that now?
The chat to catch up. What was it?
What?
Something door? Didn't have door in the name?
At
Door
Death's
game
Door.
Crow. Death's Door. What
Yeah.
are those guys doing these days? Acid Nerve.
Acid Nerve.
That
Let's
is
find
still
out.
the latest game they did because Titan Souls was, I believe, before.
It was. I love Titan Souls too. That was a great game.
And then, so yeah, I wonder what those devs are cooking up. It's gonna be, you just know we're gonna watch like a showcase at one point. It's gonna be like from the developers of Death's Door, and it's gonna be like, oh shit, time to buckle up.
Yeah, Death's Door was great. That was a
I
very
love Death's
cool
Door.
game.
That game's awesome. Okay, well, I'll come back to GDC. Give me a game.
Okay. Let's talk about Slay the Spire 2 because I played the co-op, so I have a little bit of experience with that now. I played with a buddy, so just 2-player co-op. And
Okay.
everything I said pretty much stands. The thing I guess I didn't know because I didn't have experience with it is there are special cards also in co-op that like are like your damage is doubled by like your co-op partner or whatever. That was like literally one of the first cards I got when we teamed up. So like we could plan out this like, okay, can you do like 30 damage because this guy has like 60 health left or something and I can double your damage? And he'd be like, yes. So then we would throw that on. He had one that was like does damage based on how many attacks your partner does, and I was going a like, I guess we'll get in the weeds a little bit. I was playing the Silent character, and the Silent has cards that make shivs, which are low damage, 0 cost cards that do like 4 damage or whatever. But the thing is that they are like constant attacks or whatever. So I was going to shiv build. So that card was incredible because I would do like 10 hits, and then he would just like hit for like 80 after that because I did so many attacks. Like, it's so fucking cool.
That's cool.
It's very cool. The way that like treasure chests work is you to like what are they called, trinkets, perks, or whatever, the items or whatever, right? You
Are they artifacts?
Artifacts, yeah. You'll get
Yeah.
There'll be enough artifacts for whoever, but if you both want the same one, you like both choose that one and it'll randomize who gets it. It'll like roll a dice or whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll do that too if you want to go different ways on the map. Like if I chose one way and he chose the other, it would like roll the dice and choose a winner basically. But yeah, that the game scales based on the number of people playing or whatever. So you got to really kind of coordinate and make sure you get those big damage numbers up. But it's so satisfying doing some synergies and combos together. I highly recommend people try that out if you have somebody to play with. Very cool.
I actually showed my girlfriend Slay the Spire 1 this last weekend because I was like, well, you like puzzle games. There's this, deck building is kind of
Absolutely.
there's puzzle elements to it.
Absolutely.
So she was into it a little more than I expected. But I was like, I need you to kind of play this one so that we can play co-op for the second one that's out. So I need you to learn this first.
Sure. Yeah. It's very cool. I love it.
It went more positive than I expected. So hopefully I'll get to try that soon.
Nice. I do want to try 4 people.
I'll give you another game from GDC. One funny kind of little anecdote at the Xbox event. It seemed like all of the developers there had an Xbox Ally X. And I have to just assume because this is like an ID at Xbox event, that because they're like kind of partnering with Xbox for some amount of publishing assistance, they must have just given them those for free. Like, hey, we'll send it to your studio because we would love for you to make it playable on this device. We're trying to get this device out there. You know what I mean? Which is fine. And actually, over the last few years, there's been like a surge of like preview events, like smaller ones where you're kind of going to like a little booth or whatever, where they will have like a Steam Deck or now a ROG Xbox Ally or something like that for you to play. As opposed to it's like, oh, someone's on like the main TV, but I have it right here if you want to just play it on this thing. And it's like, oh, that's totally fine. Then I don't have to wait around. Anyways, I'm going to talk about Screenbound.
Yeah, Screenbound
this game's wild. So for those who don't know, you are playing this character you're in a 3D world. Think of like voxels, it looks kind of like Minecraft-ish, like it's 3D, but you have like a Game Boy in your hand. and on the screen it's 2D and it's the same world. So sometimes it'll be like, oh, there's an enemy on this screen. I can only see it on the Game Boy, but my main character will get hurt if I walk into it. So you need to kind of be dodging things and using things in either world at the same time. And it exists in both worlds, even if it's not like visible in one. So another thing could be like, I have nowhere where to go. There's just a wall in front of me. But on the Game Boy, oh, there's a ladder actually up against this thing. And then you can just go up it. Like you're controlling both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really trippy, and there's a bit of a learning curve and trying to figure out how all this works. I played like the first world. I played a bunch of the stages in the first world, and they were like, cool, that's the demo. We also have a little trailer to show you kind of like the second world and some of the stuff that's coming later. The second world is a Zelda-like.
That's interesting.
Because the first world's kind of like it's kind of Mario-ish.
It's a platformer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a platformer. It almost kind of looks more like Mario 2, just in terms of like aesthetically, on the Game Boy part and whatnot. But I mean, There is cave systems and stuff, but it's a platformer. Second one is a top-down Zelda game.
That's very cool.
That just kind of, I just have to be like, how does that, what? Like they're totally playing with like the genres and stuff too. So this is going to be a super interesting one to keep your eyes on. Again, that's Screenbound.
Yeah, that game is, I played the alpha or demo or for something for it. It's very cool. It's weird.
Yeah. All right, it sounds like you've been playing some Marathon.
Yeah, so
you broke down, you did it.
I did. I bought Marathon, and I was like, I'm gonna play this for the 2-hour allotment until you can like refund it. And if I still don't understand it or vibe with it, I'll just get like my $50 back or whatever, and it'll be fine.
Well, and I remember you were saying that you found it confusing, and my advice to you last week was like just focus on like a quest. Just do a quest, and after a few of them, you'll get it.
Yeah.
How did that turn out?
So yeah, so I was like, okay, I'll give it the 2 hours. If I don't know it by then that's fine. 3.5 hours later, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I couldn't stop playing. Right. I played a lot.
Nice. So what's your class?
I like the healer because I like I like winning, and the way you win is by making sure your guys don't die if possible in a gunfight.
I'm trying to think, like, luckily the person who I play the most with, they like playing healer, so that's great for me. But when I'm playing with just randos, it's rarely ever a healer.
It's weird because I'm always with another healer, and I feel like one of us wasted our thing in the randos. It's like, well, one of us needs to change looking at each other.
It's like, oh crap, we should spread out a little more. We can do more good.
Yeah. So
whereas
there's just
that
like
third person's probably like, I'm never going to use a healing item once.
Yeah.
This is your guys' problem now.
Yeah. And I mean, that's fine. We have enough robots to throw at each other to go around. So it's all good.
So I got to an interesting part in Marathon. I'm sure this happened when I hit at rank 12, you unlock the second map.
I'm rank 13, so yeah, I've played 3 maps now.
So Dire Marsh, is Dire Marsh the second one?
Dire Marsh is the second one. Yep.
Yeah, at rank 12, you unlock the third map, Outpost.
That map is fucked, by the way. But
I think Dire Marsh is also kind of fucked. Like somewhere around that moment, though, they must have like moved me up in like the skill matchmaking. Because it went from like, okay, I'm extracting like 75, 66% of the time to now it's like 10 in a row. You're fucked. Fuck you. Don't even play this game anymore. And it's like, what is happening to me? I'm just getting my ass beat. Like, I'm going in with just the worst loadouts because I'm like, if I go in with anything else, I'm just risking it. I'm just like, I'm looking down the face and saying, whatever, man. So I'm going in with 0. Just like, all I want to do is pick up 2 pieces of garbage and leave. And every other person I come across is like, fuck you, fuck your whole family, stop playing video games. And it's like, you know what? I don't have a good argument against that.
Yeah. Outpost is it's much smaller. The PvE aspect is ridiculous. There's so many things there, and the players are definitely more bloodthirsty than ever before, for sure.
Well, I'm having this on every map, basically. Like,
oh, really?
Like I said, I think something happened where it's like, oh, they're matchmaking me with like maybe better players. Maybe I'm getting like less bots or something. Like, not like in-game robots or whatever. Because like I said, I was doing okay. Like every now and then we were winning some firefights. Now it's just like if I see somebody, I'm just dead.
I'm still having I think I still have easy time on perimeter. Like, I don't, it's very rare we don't extract with just the most shit in perimeter. But you're right, the marsh or whatever, there's been some touch and go moments, especially because it's easy to get poisoned on that map, and then you just like consistently die, and which is terrible in a firefight.
Poisoning is rough. Whenever I see one of those sours, I point it out to the team because like if you get poisoned, you're just done. Like there's no way you have enough healing items.
Yeah, it's rough. I'm definitely at the point now where I start every match saying, "Hey guys," or "Yo," or something. And if they don't respond, I really consider just logging off and trying a new group.
Wow.
I don't want to play with people that won't coordinate in a firefight. It's fucking infuriating.
So I'm the opposite because I'm logging on. I'm like I have my headset on in case like we need to talk, which is like pretty much never. I'm muting myself, and then I'm getting people being like, "Oh, you're just whistling for this match. You're just playing video games and whistling the whole time. Cool, love that. Love that I'm playing that with you."
Yeah. So my pushback is, why don't you say, "Hey, bro, shut up." If it bugs you, I mean.
I guess. I mean, I think the real thing is I just need to turn like them off.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I haven't tried because I've run across a lot of mute people. Can you just mute one by one people?
I would assume so. I haven't really tried it because most people are just not talking. Yeah. But every now and then I get someone who's like, "This game sucks" because he just ran off and got downed. It's like, oh, well, what do you expect? There
is so much people. So I stopped playing Outpost completely because every time I played it, I was joining a group of 3. Like there was 3 of us, and it was 2 of them wanted to play single player games by themselves because they would run in opposite directions, and I would just be like, "Okay, I guess I'm just gonna fucking die then. Let's find something to pick up, and maybe I can like die with something cool or something." Like.
I mean, every time it starts, I ping where I need to go. And if they go somewhere else, it's like, okay, well, I'll follow you. At least we're staying together, and I guess I'm just looting this time. I'm not going to get my quest done. But a lot of the times, people will just kind of do mine unless it's like across the map, and then it's like, well, we're not even going to make it across the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable if you're like, again, just perimeter is easiest in my mind. If you're like at the south relay and you have to do something at the north relay or something, it's like, okay, I kind of don't want to do my own quest by going across the map, so we'll just do the other guys for now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I really strongly feel that I'm playing a multiplayer game. I want to coordinate with people, and if you don't want to coordinate, you shouldn't be on my team. Because I want to be like, "Hey, can like we do this or whatever?" And if you're an asshole, I don't want to be on your team either. Like, I don't want to just put up with dickheads, but like being able to actually be like having a little conversation and just doing everybody's quests and like exfilling and saying like "GG, bro" or whatever at the end, that stuff feels good, and that's why I want to play. If you're not going to talk, like, I don't want to play with you, really.
I'm totally fine with us all not talking. Like, that's cool with me. If I'm happy to play with my friends and we'll chat, but I just don't want to talk with randos.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I don't know why bother playing a multiplayer game if you don't want to talk with people. So, like, I'm on the opposite side of this completely. But either way, game's fun. I've spent about 8 hours in the last 2 days in it, so I'm enjoying it. Good time.
Cool. Yeah. No, it's good. I'm still playing it, even though I'm getting my ass beat. Like, I still enjoy kind of the loop.
Yeah.
And every now and then I do get to extract, and it's like, holy shit, I'm the best player in the world.
Outpost is so difficult. It's fucking crazy.
Have you looked into the cryo chamber, the raid?
This is the thing that pushed me over the edge because I want to do that.
Sounds brutal.
Yeah, it does.
And you can only you have to loot until your loadout is $5,000. Then you're allowed in like the second half of the raid.
Really?
Yeah, like you start in there, you're scavenging to get enough of a currency amount.
Yeah.
And then you can enter into the thing, and then you start fighting other people. Like it seems ridiculous.
Yeah. It's so interesting to me. I think that stuff sounds so cool. But I'm kind of just right now rebuilding up my vault because I had so many bad runs that I'm just using like the sponsored loadouts that they give you, and they're hit or miss. They're generally kind of bad, but I mean, the whole point is you're going in to get better stuff, so whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's a cool game.
Okay, last game I want to talk about
Yeah.
that I played during GDC is Mixtape. This comes out in May.
This is the Life is Strange type of game, right? Like a visual novel type thing.
Kind of. I mean,
from what I
wouldn't call it a
remember.
visual novel. Visual novel is
Yeah.
there's a lot more gameplay than that. This is by Beethoven and Dinosaur, who did that other music game that I'm completely forgetting the name of.
Blossom and Rage or whatever the fuck it was called. Bloom and Rage, whatever.
Nope.
Okay, no.
The Artful Escape.
Oh, yeah.
So the Artful Escape was basically like a platformer, but it was, you couldn't lose, and you were kind of just like going through the stages, and it was just kind of like super colorful, super cool visuals, and all about music and stuff.
Yeah.
So Beethoven and Dinosaur's new game is Mixtape. The only real kind of thing it is similar to with Life is Strange is like you're teens, you're in a small town. It's our last summer before we all split off, so we're going to be teens and stuff. There is some walking around and talking, but you're not really like making dialogue choices and changing the out.
Oh.
It's not like an adventure game style thing.
Oh, okay. I thought it was, so that makes sense.
Once again, this is heavily influenced by music. So, for example, like when you first start, the demo at least, I'm assuming that's kind of when the game starts. If the three teens are just like skateboarding down this like long highway,
right,
and like the music's playing, and you can just like do ollies and stuff while playing, and it does the whole thing like, here's the song that's playing right now, and it even says like the artist and everything, like they're crediting it, similar to like a Death Stranding or whatever. Or there's a part where you guys are on your way to a party and they're putting a tape in. They're all big into mixtapes. Your character, I can't remember the name of her goal, she's planning to go to New York to become like a music curator. So her whole thing is she makes mixtapes, and she's really good at putting like a playlist together. This doesn't sound like an actual job, but I guess
no, yeah,
I guess this actually is. So when they're in the car, you're like listening to it, and they're like talking and stuff. But every time you hit A, they'll like do a headbang, so you can just like headbang along. Or if you hit like X, they'll like throw up the horns, and you can just kind of keep matching. And there's while the kind of it's not really a cutscene because it's interactive while they're talking and while they're going on it. The camera's just kind of changing, and the characters, you're just like hitting A as fast or as slow as you want, and they're just doing like weird stuff. If you hit the B button, they're doing fake drums, and like
that's good. Yeah, I like it.
You're just kind of really vibing. So it's kind of, but at the same time, it's this big like teens. They're gonna do the last thing. At one point during the party, things go like haywire, and it's like, shit, our friend is blacked out drunk, and the cops are here. We need to get out of this. So what do? You throw your friend in the golf cart. Not the golf cart, the shopping cart. Yep. And then it's this like, you can't really lose, almost, it's quasi on rails of you like skating down the streets while cop cars are driving everywhere, and your friend's in the shopping cart, and you're just like dodging stuff and going over jumps, and for some reason you can do like 360s and stuff while like the music's going. Like it's just like, it's just fun. It's just like cool. It's just like dumb teens doing cool stuff. Yeah, so like
do you put together the mixtape at all? Okay, it's preset.
Not stuff. In the demo I was seeing. You're not even really like going through the mixtape. It's more just like, this song is playing now. This is the set piece. And It's kind of just like, here's a set piece, which leads into this kind of set piece, which leads into that kind of set piece. And in between, it's like, I'm going to walk around my childhood bedroom and I'm going to look at the posters, kind of like Life is Strange. I'm going to chat with my friend about what's going on, blah, 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 until you select on like the highlighted thing. And it's like, okay, this is what's going to move the thing forward and stuff.
So it's a collection of like set pieces to music that are just kind of fun and quirky and cool and stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
If you played like, like a teen narrative game, a Life is Strange, for example, if you play the Artful Escape, it's kind of if they like merged those together. And yeah, this is coming to Game Pass. It's coming out in May. It was just like such a good feel good time moment with this demo. Like I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, this is more enticing than what I was picturing in my mind, so I'm definitely in.
Cool. Well, a Game Pass, so easy way to get in there.
For sure.
All right, so that's what we've been playing over the last week or 3, if it's me. So let's do some news. Some stuff happened. We'll start off with this Xbox partner program.
Yeah,
came up this morning. Did you watch this?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we don't have to go through everything, but as usual, let's do some call outs um, after you.
Okay. I mean, the big thing for me is I can't believe Hunter the Reckoning is coming back. That weird horror Xbox One, like the first Xbox, I should say, era game into this like kind of cool looking first person shooter thing. So just right out of the gate, I was intrigued. It's like, holy shit, I can't believe Hunter the Reckoning is back in any form. Crazy.
Right, I think The Expanse, Osiris Reborn looks cool.
Yeah,
It,
I agree.
it kind of just seems like a Mass Effect. Like they're just trying to make
Yep.
their own Mass Effect. I like The Expanse TV show, so I already like this world. And like, I, it's not going to have any of the characters because that would be kind of weird if they were just retelling it. None of these characters I'm looking at are from the show. I'm sure some of them might appear every now and then, but one of the cool things about The Expanse is kind of similar to like Game of Thrones. There's all these like political bodies that are kind of vying for power in the solar system. So I think that's going to lead to some cool stuff. And this is coming to Game Pass, so that's pretty great too.
I've been told by multiple friends I should watch The Expanse because they think I would really like it, and I definitely want to. But this game looks incredible. Like that game looked really cool.
Right on. Yeah, I would recommend The Expanse. I think the first season is a little weak, but still intriguing enough. But then it gets a lot better after that.
How many seasons are there? Roughly
Five.
Five. Okay, quite a bit of it then. I really thought that. Sorry, I'm just looking for the name. Alien Deathstorm, which is a terrible name, but I thought that looked like that's up my alley. Just a first-person shooter with alien shit attacking you or whatever on some desolate planet, Mars maybe. Looked cool.
Well, if we're talking about games with bad names, let me put out Musa Dirty Fate. I actually don't want to call that out. That's just one of the worst video game names I've like ever heard of.
Yeah, somebody was saying that they think it's Korean Wukong sort of thing or whatever, like Black Myth type thing, which, I mean, that's kind of what it looked like, so that makes sense, I guess.
The one I will actually call it Super Meat Boy 3D. That comes out next week. Like, let's go. There's a lot coming out in like the next like 1 to 5 weeks.
Yep, very true. Pragmata being one of them. Super Meat Boy 3D, as long as it's all like the demo, is probably going to be like one of my top 5 games of the year. I can't imagine it being low. That I'm so excited. All right. So that Cost of Hope DLC for Stalker 2 made me remember I should go back to Stalker 2. I played about 2 or 3 hours of it when it came out, and that game was pretty cool. That DLC looks pretty cool. Stalker games are pretty cool, so yeah.
We'll just do like a couple ones. These are both small and they're same reason. Hades 2 and Dispatch are coming to Xbox. Hades 2 is also coming to PlayStation, so that's good that that's getting out there more.
I didn't know Hades 2 wasn't on Xbox, so that was a little surprising to me. But
it's only on PC and Switch.
Yeah, as a PC gamer, like that, I don't care about the others. So I was like, yeah, it's not on everything.
That's how the first one did it as well. It was PC and Switch for like a year, and then it went elsewhere. So
true. Yeah,
I will probably play some of that on Game Pass because I'm not super far in Hades 2.
Fair. The only other thing I really gave any shit about is that artificial detective or whatever, detective. What the last game they showed looked like it could be kind of cool. Kind of gave me an Atomic Heart feel in some of it going on there. But yeah, could be neat.
They showed off Eternal Life of Goodman, so that's still pretty great. That's coming to Game Pass, which was nice to see. And then I'm going to call out Forever Ago, which looks like this kind of chill narrative adventure. Kind of hard to say exactly what you're doing in it, but walking simulator visual novel-esque game, so that's right up my alley.
Seems like you play an old man, like reliving some memories or something by
something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's go on to this next bit of news. It's probably the big story of the week is that Epic, who you might know as the developers of Fortnite.
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, okay.
Laid off 1,000 people this week.
Yeah, and we were kind of making fun of them about like you got to help pay the bills last week. So when reading this, I was like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?" Yeah.
So a few things. Yeah. So if those who didn't listen to the episode, about 2 weeks ago, Epic raised the price of V-Bucks to, quote, help pay the bills because Fortnite's expensive. And now they are laying off 1,000 people, which I understand is a bit over 20% of their company. It's just a staggering amount, considering I believe like it was a year or two ago, they also had a massive round of layoffs. So
yeah,
that's not great. And their basic reasoning is like, Fortnite is expensive. Some of the stuff that we were looking into did not pay off. As such, they're actually stopping a few of the modes they had put out there, including rocket racing.
I played that, which was fun.
Yeah, it was like a kind of a racing game that they put in there. I don't remember what ballistic was.
Me neither. Don't know.
And then Festival Battle Stage is shutting down, which, from what I understand, is so there's Fortnite Festival, which is like the rock band thing that Harmonix is working on, but Festival Battle Stage is the 4v4 thing. So they're just shutting that part down, which I don't really understand why you would just shut down like a sub mode inside of this. How does that save any? But I don't know.
Maybe like server infrastructure to get them to like talk to each other. I don't have no fucking idea why.
I have no idea at all. So that part's shutting down. So I'm just glad to see that there's still some Fortnite Festival going on, because I want Harmonix to still be making rhythm games, even if it's under Fortnite. I just want those people still doing that. But they also call out stuff like, hey, we are, and the terminology they use is, we're like the vanguards of the game industry, as they're calling themselves, because they're taking on Apple and Google, all the stuff, and it's like that costs money too. So it's, we're spending a lot of money to do these things, and it's like, okay, sorry to hear. At the same time, you're like the most popular video game.
What it sounds to me is that graph kept going up, so they kept hiring people to like continually support it. That graph plateaued, and now they're firing people because they're not consistently going up anymore. Like, it just sounds like bad management, which is almost always the case for layoffs.
Here's the quote from Tim Sweeney. And in being the industry's vanguard, we have taken a lot of bullets in a battle which will only in the early days of paying off. Which is only in the early days of paying off for ourselves and all developers. Okay.
Right. I mean, I do think it's good they're fighting Apple, but I mean, this is the most like self-aggrandizing, masturbatory fucking garbage I've ever heard. So whatever.
Quote, since it's a thing now, I should note that the layoffs aren't related to AI. Okay.
They probably aren't, but AI will definitely replace those jobs now that they're laid off.
Sure, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
But pretty crazy. They did mention that Fortnite engagement has been down. That started in 2025. They're spending significantly more than we're making, and we have to make major cuts to keep the company funded. This layoff, together with over $500 million of identified cost saving in contracting, marketing, and closing some open roles, puts us in a more stable place. I guess we'll see. But
did Roblox do something in the last couple of years that made them explode even more in popularity? Because like Roblox has always been big, don't get me wrong, but I definitely feel like I see Roblox come up way more frequently in the last year or two. So like maybe Fortnite is doing worse because people are just going to Roblox instead.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't think of anything like specific that I heard happening with Roblox. It is definitely popular with a younger generation for sure of gamers. And Epic tried to chase that a bit too. They were trying to put in like make games inside of Fortnite and stuff to try and bring some of that over.
Do you think the Fortnite crowd is just kind of aging out, and the new crowd that keeps getting born are just like inherently always going to be the Roblox crowd?
I don't know. I would assume at some point people like a lot of those kids would age out of Roblox because those games are bad. Like they're all really bad and they just don't know any better. And it's what all the kids are talking about at school. So of course you're going to play the one that your friends are talking about so that you can talk about it, and it's free. But I don't know. Or maybe they just like stop playing games because it's not like, this is Roblox for teens. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they realize that Roblox are bad and they're like, maybe all games are actually bad, and Roblox is actually killing the gaming industry slowly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, next news story here is another Xbox one. This was a report that kind of interviewed the new CEO, Asha Sharma. A couple tidbits to pull out of here. First, I'll just read the headline. New Xbox CEO could make Game Pass less expensive, report says.
Okay.
The full quote here is, quote, future consoles and products like Game Pass more... Sorry, let me read the full thing so it makes more sense. Reported that one of her ambitions is to make, quote, future consoles and products like Game Pass more enticing to a broader range of customers. To that end, the report said Sharma might look to revamp pricing models for Game Pass to, quote, offer lower price tiers. There's also a call out in here that they're looking at a possible ad-based tier for Game Pass, which we've heard rumors of or people kind of speculating many times before. Another new feature from this is there's maybe a Netflix partnership happening. In the same report, Netflix co-CEO Greg Peters said he and Sharma have, quote, kicked around ideas for how Netflix and Xbox could work together on subscription bundles. Nothing's been confirmed, but Peters says he, quote, won't eliminate any possibilities. So I could see possibly, much like how you get Ubisoft, how you get the Fortnite Battle Pass or whatever, maybe you get a Netflix subscription with it. I would assume if they're going to do that, they're also going to raise the price again.
Yeah, probably.
I would be surprised if they do actually lower the price of Game Pass. Like, if that happened, that would make me start thinking like, oh, Sharma's here to act. They're actually going to really change things up. And then I might be like, okay, I'll hear what you're going to say, because no one lowers their prices.
No,
prices
like
don't
nobody.
lower anymore. Nobody.
Yeah.
Prices do not lower anymore. Things get more expensive, and then people just get used to it, and then they get more expensive again.
Yep.
I believe it was announced today or yesterday, Netflix is getting more expensive again. And now for like the full Netflix subscription, it's like $28 American a month. Like, it's crazy.
What a ripoff. Back to pirating, everybody. On the high seas. Let's go.
Netflix can do it. Like, Netflix has like won. Like, everyone like has Netflix, you know?
Yeah.
They beat cable. So I would be shocked if Game Pass went down, but
yeah,
the report says that they're maybe looking at. I could see at most being like, sure, we introduced a cheaper one and it has ads, and then they're going to be able to say, here's your cheaper. Look, we lowered the price. When did you actually? Because you made an ad tier.
Right. Yeah.
But that's how they'll pitch it, right?
Yep. For sure.
All right. Speaking of game prices, Nintendo has made an announcement. I was actually pretty surprised to see. Nintendo announced that starting in May of this year, with the first title being Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, new Nintendo published digital titles exclusive to Switch 2 will have an MSRP that is different from physical versions. And what this means is Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, the digital version of it, will be $60 and a physical copy will be $70.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought they were already doing this, because wasn't there like a Switch tax that we kept laughing about and joking about? Like, oh, well, you got to pay the Switch tax. It's $5 or $10 more or whatever. Or is that just between other platforms? That might be between other platforms.
That was other platforms, because that was from a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever seen like a game launch with two different prices. Physical versus digital. I don't think I've seen that ever for these. Honestly, I think it just makes sense. It costs more to make the cart.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I wish that difference was bigger. It's like it should be $50 digital and $70 physical. Because the people that want physical, they're going to buy it. It doesn't matter.
Hey, we should be happy that they're doing 60-70, because they could do 70-80. Like, wasn't Mario Kart an $80 title? Like, they could easily do that.
I don't know. I got the bundle because that's the only way I could buy that game for $50 or whatever.
Well, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Because it was like a savings of like $30 or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure this is probably upsetting people who exclusively buy physical.
It's too bad Claire's not here, because that, yeah. Yeah.
But like physical games are becoming a boutique thing. You are going to have to pay more, just like every other physical media. It costs more than the digital version. That's how life is. You can kick and scream as much as you want. That's reality. Like I don't know what to tell you. So I'm surprised it took this long for it to happen with games, to be honest.
At that point, if you're going to buy physical, maybe spend the extra $20 or $30 for like a deluxe edition that comes with a cool thing, at least with it. Because if you're going to pay more,
you're going to pay 10 more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of companies are going to start hoping that's the exact thing.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if we start getting like over on PlayStation or Xbox, like the digital one is $70 because games are just $70 now.
Yep.
And then the physical one, the lowest you can get it is $90. Like there is no like bottom tier one. It's only a special edition, and they'll throw in some like actual bullshit so that they can call it, well, this is this is the premium edition. This is the starter bundle, you know what I mean, or whatever. This one comes with a few V-Bucks or whatever it is. So
yeah, I mean those are at a premium now. The price has gone up. I don't know if you heard, so maybe it's a good deal. Nintendo definitely broke the seal, though. You're 100% right. This is going to be a thing now.
To be fair, to play devil's advocate, Nintendo broke the seal with $80 games, and we didn't keep seeing that. So it doesn't happen every single time.
Yeah.
But who knows? All right, last thing. This is kind of a follow-up. We had talked, I think it was last week, about PlayStation looking into doing dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
It had only happened in smaller regions. It had only happened at a maximum of like 13% difference. It has now hit North America.
Yeah.
They're getting close to 50% difference.
Yeah. So people have been complaining more. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So basically the hope of like, maybe they're just going to do it a little bit. Nope. Fuck you. Sometimes you're going to have to log out to get that game. I haven't seen a website pop up where they're tracking the different prices, but I know that's happening sooner or later. This is going to lead to, you need to like make a new Sony account each time you want to buy a new game, and none of your games are going to be in the same library, but this is how you save money. You got to save money somewhere.
I have to say the way that this is like, we're talking about this and brought up the link is hilarious. So there's a thing called Cheap Ass Gamer on Twitter and Blue Sky. Cheap Ass Gamer put out a thing saying, "Yo, Astrobot is $26.99 on PSN." People yelled at them, and it's like, okay, well, the dynamic pricing's on because you all see $40 and I see 26. So that's so funny to me. So many disappointed people.
Yeah, and they even say, I guess I'll have to log out and in now. Thanks, Sony. Whenever they're gonna like check these prices and stuff like that. So
that's so funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's such a big difference too.
Yeah, 40 down to 26. That's almost half price.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous. All right, at this point, we're now going to do video game crimes, which is our recurring segment where we highlight possibly criminally bad video game design in the hopes of fixing video games. This one was sent in by Thomas.
Okay.
This week's crime is not announcing the point of no return. And this can happen at the end of a game. It can happen at the end of a chapter or a section. Basically getting to a part of a game that locks you out from previous content. This happens in tons of older RPGs, in Mass Effect, Witcher. It even happens in a lot of FromSoft games.
Yep.
So, Paul, is this a video game crime?
All right. I like to try to collect everything before seeing the end. So I really appreciate when a game does like, hey, you might not be able to come back. Are you sure you want to continue? Like, I like that personally. I think
if you want to get anything done, you should do it before we get on the ship.
Yep. I think there is something to be said about you like engaging with the thing of you not knowing necessarily for like full immersion sort of thing. Because I mean, this might be the point of no return for my life. I might not wake up tomorrow. I don't know. But like, that's life, man. You just got to go.
Every time I'll go to sleep, I'm rolling the dice, baby.
And there are times in games where this might be a thing where you probably feel like the point of no return is coming like anyways. So because it's like, we should go to the final castle. Oh, that's probably the point of no return. Just straight up. Probably.
I think there's varying degrees. On one side, I feel like most games have fixed this in terms of
Yes.
like the very end of the game.
Yeah.
That's an older issue. However, I think there are still plenty of games that will lock you out of content because they kind of have micro point of no returns. Like, hey, at the end of this chapter, this planet you won't be able to get back to. Even things like missable achievements and stuff. So there can be a degree of like, should there never be an unmissable achievement? Should every single time you're about to enter a door, should Clippy pop up and say, hey, just so you know, it's about to be real fucked in there, and you're not going to be able to come back in here. At that point, it's like, well, maybe Copilot is my best friend because it's going to jump in every single time and help me out. Thank you, Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I think there has to be a degree where you need to be okay with some unknown.
I agree.
And so where is that line?
I'm going to bring up a crime according to Nathan. And Avowed, there is
not a crime.
Yeah. I mean, if you know what Nathan's into, then very few things are a crime. And he's talked about this before. I won't go into spoilers because there are story spoilers associated with it, so I'll talk around them. If you know, you know. There is a point in the game that's like maybe halfway, 60%, like not even really close to the end. It's in the second area where a major event happens that they don't tell you about and they don't prepare you for it. And it changes the environment in a certain way that you can't do certain things before, including quests you may have had. You just failed.
Locks you out of quests, locks you out of character interactions, stuff like that. Yes.
That one thing caused Nathan to want to reset his game, go 4 hours back, and stop playing completely because he didn't want to redo all of it. So like that killed that game's momentum for him completely. Me, I was kind of like, oh, that sucks. I didn't get to do the thing. But I just kept going because that's life, baby. You don't always get to do the thing. That's how it goes.
Sure. And I mean, I think I come down on both sides here. There's a part where it's like, I like the surprise that it's meaningful that something so massive happened and there was actually stakes. It is a bummer. Like if you were, for whatever reason, going through this, like, I'm going to get everything. And then something, and you didn't even have you didn't know. You just kind of tripped your way into it. Like, now I just can't. I literally cannot do that. That's on yourself to like accept it or not. But I think this is why like people do like 3 saves and they just rotate through the saves. So you always have a way to go back.
For sure.
But is the fact that we've trained ourselves to do that, is that because there's a video game crime here and we've learned to work around it?
Like, I personally think it's kind of a crime because at the end of the day, I want to play it where I see the most content you've put in this game. And if you kind of lock me out of it because I didn't do this one certain thing before this other certain thing, I think you're doing your own game a disservice as somebody who wants to see everything. But there is something to be said about just kind of learning to live with the choices you made. And it's like, well, I can't do these 2 quests and we're going to keep going. Whatever happened. Those people aren't around anymore or they're doing something else. Again, that's the way my playthrough went. Because I do the same in Baldur's Gate. There are like infinite choices you can make that change how you do a lot of stuff in there. You just got to kind of be okay sometimes not seeing all of it. So I'm going to say it's not necessarily a crime.
Oh, it's gavel time.
Yeah.
One of the shortcomings of this format, and I didn't make it, this is just how life is. I didn't create, this is how life created this format, is that it is a binary decision. And while I don't think, I think there should be points of no return. I feel like they should announce it. But I can't say they need to announce it every single time.
I agree.
I can't do a half gavel. Right? I can't do it's fine here, but not fine here. If you wanted that, you got to wait for Claire to come back. Claire loves to give half answers and play both sides of the field. Claire's not here this time. It's a binary decision. And so I have to come down on it. And if it's all or nothing, I have to say nothing. This is not a video game crime.
I'm with you. As much as I appreciate when they announce it, I don't think it is necessarily a crime when they don't.
Similar to the skill tree, it's okay to miss out on things. It'll be fine.
Just like our answer. It's okay that we missed out on the other answer of it is a crime.
If you want to send in a video game crime, you can do that at topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or Claire's P.O. Box. That's also the same way to send in questions.
Yeah.
And you could sound just like Rasterman, who writes, following its recent video game crime, as mentioned by TDP,
Okay.
NVIDIA would like to amend themselves.
Yeah.
Side note, for those who maybe didn't listen to last week's, we determined that DLSS 5 is a video game crime. Back to the question. For that end, they've contracted you, the hosts. The thing is, they say they've already developed the technology, so instead of discarding it, they are planning on selling it to people by showcasing older games that could be improved with this, quote, enhancement. Pursuing them into thinking it's a good idea. Think of 5 games where using this technology could be considered an enhancement.
Oh, man. The thing is that the thing I care more about games is how they play mechanically. So, like, I would rather DLSS 5 just, like, change shitty playing games into modern playing games.
Well, that's not what DLSS 5 did.
I know.
They're up-resing resolution. This is a visuals thing. I almost don't think there could be one, because the problem with DLSS like 4 to 5, the difference there is that up until before 5, all they were doing was up-resing things. They were using frame generation to up-res what was already there. DLSS 5's issue is that it's pulling from sources outside of the game to be like, well, this is what we think a better version looks like, as opposed to...
It's using generation.
Exactly. It is now generating, it is pulling from elsewhere. It is not just taking the game and making it look better. So I almost think it doesn't, because in every scenario, it is changing it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, maybe sometimes the changes will be good, sometimes they won't. We've pretty much only seen like bad examples of it, because even if like the face does just get up-resed, it's now way too bright. Like they're also shining a light on it for some reason, because the DLSS 5 is saying this is also too dark. This area is too dark. We need more lights in this area. So I almost don't think you could, based on that. I can't think of every single game, because I don't know how DLSS 5 is going to attach itself to each game. It's every example they gave us was a little bit different. But just with the idea of like giving it free reign of it's going to try and make a guess, I don't want it to. I want it to just improve on what the developers made.
It's funny because there are fan mods and upscales and stuff that use AI upscaling for old games. For like, I guess a big one is Resident Evil 4. They did like a big HD pack or whatever, and like that stuff is incredible because it's literally just taking what was made and making it like full high definition, really clear and like good looking. So that technology in like the hands of modders and stuff, if they didn't generate, would be incredible. But the problem is that it just generates. Like you don't want generative, you want upscaling basically. So in that case, what are games that like anything from like the PS2 era to now would be fine. Like make those things look better.
I again, I don't think that's the case. Sure, I think you could say that for like 4 and below, because it's not pulling from elsewhere. Like I'm not saying I'm against it using AI to up-res it. Mm-hmm. The problem with 5 is that it's pulling from sources outside of it to make this decision of, well, this is what it should do. We're smarter than you kind of scenario. And that's why like Grace's face looks like a different person. Doesn't even look like just her.
But so like in a world where DLSS 5 is trained on what the artists already feed it in-house for their game, it could be incredible instead of just like
but that's at this point that's a different piece of software. Like we have to base it on what was shown. The point of this question is based using 5, where would you use it? I just don't think I would. I would rather the old game.
Yeah, I don't really know where this would be an enhancement. Like at all. Maybe like text only games that don't already have visuals. I don't know.
Sure. Like, I mean, I don't even know. Well, I mean, at that point, are we just like having AI write the game for us? Then is that what?
No,
the
just
equivalent of that
generating
is? 'Cause
based
I don't
on
want
based on what's
it.
written.
Just sharper text, just the pointiest of T's.
Make it. Oh, can you tell it to be like, all right, I want you to generate whatever it tells me I'm in, but make it ASCII art to make it look like an old like Apple II game.
Every time the word book or anything with two O's, I want you to put nipples on those O's.
Two O's. Yeah.
Like in the chat, new times Roman. Okay.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I want everything in impact. I want to
In fact, you know what? Doesn't even have to be two O's. Give nipples to every one of the letters. The capitals, the lower cases,
B's
every one
and
of the
D's
numbers.
and all of it. Yep.
Yep. Give everyone
Everything.
as many nipples as you can fit on the letter.
Yeah. Let's generate some real art with this shit finally. All right, VGC Kenny writes, Gabriel is back. He's giving you a special power. You may choose one video game franchise to become public domain. The catch? The first big project outside the rights holders is a schlocky horror B-movie that you have to watch. What game do you make? I mean, I love B-horror movies. I'll watch any game that is a schlocky B-horror movie. This isn't
Would
a
you Pokemon?
Catch. That would be sick.
Like, I'm thinking it would be one of the, like, those, like, Winnie the Pooh ones that came out a few years back.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking it would be similar to that, but with, like, a messed up Pikachu and, like, a shitty Squirtle.
Yeah.
Charmander would always be some dude that likes to, like, burn his victims.
Yeah, Charmander's is a dude in a red hoodie or something that burns his victims.
And
just
like,
really gritty.
He's like well, not a red hoodie. It's like a red trench coat, and the back of it's like on like eternally on fire somehow. But he's like a demon, so it doesn't hurt him.
DLSS 5 can generate that probably.
Sure, there you go.
The new Pokemon horror movie. That's what DLSS 5 can enhance. I mean, I would be fine with any. This isn't a catch to me. This is an improvement. I want schlocky, crappy movies.
That's fine. It doesn't have to be like. Well, what would you still like to see a B movie horror of?
I'm trying to think of something that, like, kiddie like would be fun, because the stuff I play are generally kind of like B movie horrors in game form, so it would be lost on those.
Maybe like Psychonauts. I'm just trying to think like stuff with like weird visuals, and you could do a horror twist on it.
Psychonauts would be real cool, actually. That would be neat. Like a Mega Man. Been playing a lot of Mega Man. He's kind of on the mind recently.
How about Gang Beasts, where the villains, like the murderers, they function like gang beasts. But they are at the end of the scene, they do push the person into a meat grinder, and it is horrible.
Yeah.
But you have to watch like 10 minutes of them trying to like flail around wavy tube man style, getting this person in the meat grinder.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, Sukusuku writes, what do you do if a media you're enjoying gets an ending that most people hate? Everything up to a certain point is critically acclaimed. Do you enjoy it to that point or follow it through to completion? And what if it's something you were planning on enjoying? So my first issue with this, something you're planning on enjoying, I guess I just don't really understand that thought process. How do you plan to enjoy something? Isn't enjoying something a like after, like it happens after you've experienced it? What is planning to enjoy something?
You can hope to enjoy something before it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think like, okay, hey, Star Wars 15's coming out. I'm going to like this movie because I like Star Wars.
I mean,
what if it's a bad Star Wars?
I definitely do feel like I have expectation for things that I like, that I'm going to like them. But yeah, I guess I don't necessarily like, I'm going to like Silent Hill F. Like, I didn't know that.
Exactly. You don't know that. Like, there are plenty of times where like a sequel comes out or something, and it's like, it disappoints you. There, you see a trailer for it. Wow, this looks great. And it disappoints you. There's a whole reason we have a disappointment, like biggest disappointment category
every year.
There's an interesting thing between the marketing versus what the actual thing is, the sequel itis of it. So I don't think you should like go and like I'm planning on enjoying this thing. I think it's a weird way to just look at anything. I don't really understand how that works. But
Yeah.
that's kind of separate to the question. So
Yeah.
it's basically like what happens if a media you like has a bad ending? And my head immediately went to like Scrubs or Lost. Literally my two favorite shows, Scrubs and Lost.
The thing that came to my head was Mass Effect 3.
Okay, sure. No, that's a good one too. Yep. To finish my Scrubs and Lost point, Lost critically acclaimed, and then they didn't like the ending at the thing. And to me, it's like I don't care. The journey was so much fun. Like I almost do not care what they could have done anything for the ending, and I don't care. I had so much fun during it. You know, I was reading the message boards. I was going to school and being like, "Can you believe what happened last? Like that was crazy." And then with Scrubs, it's like I just don't even that last season did not happen. Like I just don't even think about it because it was so different. It was such a decline in quality. So many of the characters like left. Like it was literally a different show that they were like, no, we need to call it Scrubs to get the brand, make it more popular. Like it's like I don't even like accept it. It's just like, no, it ended when you guys did the ending. I watched the ending. It was a fantastic ending. And then you made this thing, which is not that doesn't exist basically. Like I don't care. I just don't even think about it.
Yeah. I definitely feel like if I'm doing something and the ending doesn't meet an expectation that I want, I will definitely go into like triage copium mode of like, well, maybe this, and like I'll start thinking like, how can like in my mind I make this like better, and then
you start your fanfic. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, okay, well, I mean, whatever. I just didn't like it, so big deal.
And you start your slash fic.
That's right. Yeah, my slash fic. And then I go online, I'll see what people say, and I will admit when I see people absolutely shitting on something, it makes me reevaluate and be like, I don't think it's as bad as everybody says. Like I understand why people are mad about it, but I think that they're also being hyperbolic, and it makes me generally be more okay with like a bad ending. It's like, yeah, Mass Effect 3's ending, it does boil down to three things. What did you think? That there's going to be a huge like thing that takes into effect what you did in the first game? Like, you're fucking dumb if you thought that to begin with. So I get why you're disappointed. However, it's not as bad as you think. Like, it's fine. And then that's usually where I end up on it. It's like, yeah, it's not great, but it's fine. It exists.
I think I kind of side with this one. Do you enjoy it to that point? I basically enjoy it to that point. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Everything has to have an ending eventually, so it's kind of a treat when a property gets to try to do a final ending and doesn't just get canceled. So that's usually
actually, yeah, that's true. Just be happy you got to see a conclusion. Yeah. These days.
Phantom Aegis writes, ahoy TDP crew, which month would you say is where you watch the most amount of movies and television, and which month would be the least? Television, it seems like March and April, because for some reason that's when I'm always catching up on a bunch of shit, and I don't know why. Maybe because games are a little less generally.
I don't know. We just talked about how there's a bunch of games about to come out in April.
Yeah.
I don't know if my television changes all that much. My movie one, it's probably just the summer, because summer box office season is a thing. So a lot of big like tentpole movies come out in the summer. But I don't think my TV viewing changes.
December and January for me is when the movies go up like 5,000% because I'm catching up on stuff I missed from the year that I wanted to check out.
Thomas writes, what games make you feel whimsical?
Balan Wonderworld.
Absolutely not. It's the worst answer for this question. Honestly, like I just talked about Mixtape almost an hour ago. That one feels super whimsical. It's got to be like light. Usually like it doesn't necessarily have to be like light in tone, but just like the visuals of it. Because even something like Spiritfarer, which is kind of like a depressing concept, that whole game is just like, it's like, hey, we know this is bad, but we're gonna make the best of it, and we're gonna hug you the whole way. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. True. Any cozy games make you feel whimsical? Minecraft, Stardew.
I don't know. Cozy is just a weird term in general because I feel like
Yeah.
cozy is different for different people.
Yeah, it kind of means nothing. Honestly. Yeah.
A boy in his blog has a hug button. That's pretty whimsical.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah.
Any for you though?
I wasn't really kidding when I say Balan Wonderworld. There's whimsy in that game. It's just too bad the game is bad. You have a hat that turns into a ladder. Pretty whimsical. That ladder sucks.
I don't remember most of that game. I blocked out a lot of that game.
Oh, Astrobot. I love that fucking game.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Nice. All right, that's going to do it for questions. Again, if you want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or Claire's P.O. Box. Paul, what's your game of the week?
Holy shit. I have 3 great ones. It has to be Marathon. I spent 8 hours and 2 days in that fucking thing.
Holy smokes. Not expecting that. Out of the ones I talked about, I'm going to give it to Mixtape. I'm very excited to play that game.
Nice.
Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.